Secure Point is an economical yet full-featured dual-zone remote-capable controller with extremely low power consumption. It's sensitive enough to work on most fence types, and it's intelligent, eliminating nuisance alarms without compromising on detection capability. It's simple to install and configure, with optional sensor installations without fusion splices. It has powerful interfacing options by either dry contacts or via TCP/IP to the FFT CAMS software. Secure Point also has flexible installation configurations. The controller can be either rack mounted or field installed, and best of all, it's reliable, with a 60,000 hour mean time between failure and a 2-year warranty with global support. Secure Point is ideal for small perimeters, typically less than 1,000 metres or 3,000 feet in overall length, or where an uncomplicated yet highly effective perimeter protection solution is required. For locations subject to EMI, RFI or lightning strikes. For projects requiring easy, cost-effective installation, or projects needing reliability and high sensitivity combined with minimal nuisance alarms, or whenever you need an entry-level solution with a backup of a proven global supplier. Typical Secure Point installations include utility substations, solar farms, storage yards and industrial complexes, construction sites, pumping stations, well pads, block valve sites, and small secure facilities. How Secure Point works is simple. A single mode fibre optic cable, shown here in red, is configured as an interferometer and used as the sensor. When any motion or vibration acts on the fibre, or the fence the fibre is attached to, the phase of the light in the cable is altered, and it's this change that's detected by the controller. Each controller has 2 separate zones that are configured and operate independently. Secure Point comes in 2 types of packaging. First of all, there's a standalone packaging that's primarily designed for field installation. Then there's a 19-inch rack mount version, which is designed for remote installations. Of course, you can still use the standalone packaging in a remote installation, for example, where you have a control room that doesn't have a rack. For field installation, the standalone Secure Point controller is mounted in a weatherproof NEMA 4 enclosure. You'll notice the power cable and data communications cable connecting on the left side of the controller. On the right side of the controller are the fibre optic sensor cables that run out to and are mounted on the fence. The Secure Point rack mount controller can be installed remotely from the perimeter, up to 10 kilometres or 6 miles away. You can also mount the standard enclosure on a wall or in a rack remote from the perimeter. Here you can see a medium level security site with a remotely installed controller. You'll note that on the sensor cable the start sensor is up at one end and the end sensor is at the other. For sites requiring high security, we loop the cable on the fence at approximately 1/3 down from the top and 1/3 up from the bottom. You'll note that the start and end sensors are now both located in the same pit. In this custom high-level security installation, you'll note that the sensor cable loops up the barbed wire outriggers. This is to further increase the detection sensitivity of the system. On a chain link fence, the Secure Point sensor cable is easily fixed with cable ties at 12-inch intervals. The finished cable installation should look something like this. At corners and hard points, you need to loop the sensor cable up and down the poles to provide increased sensitivity at these potential climb points. There's several options available for joining the fibre optic cable. Cable joints may be fusion spliced or mechanically spliced with a Unicam machine. Alternatively, you can order your pre-terminated cables to match the site configuration when you place your order. Connecting the system up is simple. Firstly, clean and connect the fibre optic connections with the unit turned off. You need to note that once the power is connected, the laser will turn on automatically. After cleaning the fibre optic connectors, then you connect the controller to the power supply, and you'll note that the lights on the front light up. When the laser light is on, the controller is powered on and operating. Then you connect your Ethernet cable from the controller to your configuring laptop or PC. The connections for the remote and the rack mount versions are the same. You'll note the three square connectors on the back. They're your relay contact outputs. The Form C contacts can be configured in normally open or normally closed. The SecurePoint configuration utility software can now be installed on your laptop. Once it's installed, click on the configuration utility button to set up the controller. The first thing to do is to configure the IP address of the controller and then connect to it. Now log on with your username and password. Now you need to select the fence type. Then you calibrate the system. The most effective way is to calibrate with someone tapping the sensor cable on the fence as we see here. Calibration is then automatic and takes just a few minutes. If you don't have a person to assist by tapping the fence, then select the no tapping option. This method takes a bit longer and requires some manual settings to be made afterwards. Regardless of which calibration method you use, the end result and subsequent system performance will be the same. Calibration is now complete and the system is ready to test and use. Lastly is interfacing the alarm outputs from the SecurePoint unit. This can be through the standard Form C dried contacts or TCP/IP for high-level integration. Both are standard on the units. Also available is the optional FFT CAM software, which provides an intelligent, easy to understand operator screen available in a range of languages. CAMS also provides direct communication to CCTV cameras, Modbus and SCADA devices. SecurePoint comes with a 2-year warranty. FFT provides both sales and engineering support from offices located across the globe.